in order to produce a high quality of camera. So what is a camera? Real-world camera use lens to focus the light reflected by a scene onto a focal plane that has a light-sensitive surface. Camera apply to physics concept which is focal length, and field of view. The focal length. Focal length is the distance between the lens and the light-sensitive surface, whether film or video electronics. Focal length affects how much of the object appear in the picture. Lower focal length include more of the scene in the picture. Higher focal length include less of the scene but show greater detail of more distant object. What is a field of view, FO, or known as FOV? It controls how much of the scene is visible. The FOV is measured in degrees of the horizon. It is directly related to the focal length of the lens. For example, a 50mm lens shows 46 degrees of the horizon. The longer lens, the narrower the FOV. Explain on my part, which is features. What is a features? Features is a secondary characteristic of a product. It is also known as a typical quality of an important part of something. For example, features of cameras which is shutter priority, manual mode, ISO sensitivity, white balance, picture effect, and others. Okay, for the second features is image quality. Camera with larger sensor and lens normally take better shot, regardless of the unit's megapixel count. Bigger sensor normally create better image, especially in low light, as do higher quality lenses. This is why the SLR takes such stunning photos. Okay. Features is For the third features is size, weight, and design. To some users, a camera's weight and its ability to fit in a pocket may be more important factors than its resolution. So slim cameras with more manual mode are convenient. This is important to users so that they can control overlook and fill of a photo rather than usual camera normally mode to auto mode. Okay, for the last features is zoom lens and image stabilization. Compact camera with optical zoom, lens as powerful as 10 times optical zoom, and one with higher resolution, we would take the model with the more powerful zoom lens. So that's all my part. Thank you.
Preview.
Hello, my name is Nur Shafika. I'm from Artiframe. My topic about durability of camera. What is durability? Durability is the measure the length of time that a product perform before a replacement become necessary. For example, is waterproof, dustproof, freeze-proof, and crash-proof. To produce a high quality camera, for waterproof lens is able to shoot underwater to a deep on 49.2 meter at the deep in water and get shutterproof screen withstand drop of up to 5 feet. High quality camera also should have water resistance that is good for dips of up to 5 feet for 30 minutes. However, for waterproof, also you shoot in low temperature as low as 40 degrees Celsius. It is also withstand drop from up to 6.6 meter. Is selected to protect from dust, dirt, sand, and other elements. Next, the duration of battery is very important to camera. For battery of camera should be double so that our camera can be stay long life. Next, the high spinnery also important to protect by a thick plastic case when that casing break, and it will protect the whole system of camera. Sensitivity also important in our camera. It is recorded, which is actually referred to the ISO 5800 standard document organ. However, ISO sensitivity in our camera also important. ISO sensitivity actually is for how fast the camera is recorded, which is actually which which is actually referred to the ISO 5800 standard document originally published for filler speed by the International Organization for Standardization. The higher ISO is useful in low light environments of the image in film. The image will become natural with a more undesirable sprinkling.
Hello everyone, my name is Mithuraj Sanaswaran and I'm from Material Engineering. I'm here today to discuss about the dimensions in which needed to produce a top quality product in our context, which is a camera. Okay, I'm also here to discuss one of the dimensions here, which is reliability. Reliability is defined as an ability of a product to work under stated conditions for a specific time. Okay. This reliability is a major role in producing a top quality product because the after effect of these processes are called customer satisfaction, which is a very important thing and a thing that we give heed to and also importance in order of a product success and the quality of product. Okay. We maintain the reliability of our product by making sure that we follow some reliability measures. These reliability measures is a series of steps that what we use to determine the level of reliability of our camera. First, we always take survey from customers whether there is any problem with our camera during the arrival of the camera to them or during buying period. Second, we will do a survey whether the camera works properly during its period lifetime and so many more. These surveys and collecting these surveys, we can make sure that the reliability of product is being maintained and always being in a top quality. And by this, we also can maintain our customer satisfaction to the maximum. By this, we can produce a high quality camera, which will be a huge success and will be a big hit in the business. Thank you. Okay, now I'll go on to our second dimension to make sure that our product to go with the highest quality. Okay, my next dimension will be conformance. Conformance is defined as how well a product or system meets a standard requirements. Okay. We must be responsible towards our product by making sure our products goes through some conformance testing to determine whether our product complies with the specifications, contract or regulations. These steps also has been known as confirmatory testing. These assessments includes testings, surveillance, inspecting, reading, certification and also accreditation. These testings will be done either physically or logically. So our camera will be tested in harsh conditions such as in water or heat and also will be tested for its performance. These testings is what is going to determine our camera's level of standard and also the quality in the market. So our camera will be tested in harsh conditions such as in heat and water and also it will be tested for its performance. These testings is what is going to determine our camera's standard in the market and also ensure our camera will be in top quality. And thank you.
Silas Bong, and I'll be proceeding on our next dimension of quality, to produce a high quality good camera, which is serviceability. And on serviceability, it is more about the speed, the courtesy, and also the convenience and the ease of repairing that the company provide to the customer. And of course, consumers sometimes are not really concerned about our product breaking, but it's sometimes more about how the service is being restored, in which it's in case the product is broke down, and how long does it completely take. Besides, there are also some cases where the problems are not immediately solved by the companies which made their products. And in that kind of cases, those consumers might file some reports on the company. And sometimes serviceability, it's about how we resolve that problem, and which is about how the company's complaint handling process. And on 1976, there's a consumer survey about that household who initiated complaints, and around 40% of them are not being given an answer properly, or they are not satisfied with the answers given by companies. And also, undoubtedly, the degree of satisfaction and complaints are closely correlated to the willingness of the consumers to repurchase the same brands. So therefore, if there are some offended consumers, the companies must resolve those problems properly and as quick as possible to make sure that serviceability is considered high for their customers. And also, there are some companies, they differ widely in their approaches on handling those complaints. Some do their best to resolve complaints, some maybe use legal gimmicks, the silent treatment, or maybe some similar ploys to rebuff dissatisfied customers. Next, I'll go on to my next point, which is aesthetics. Aesthetics is one of the very subjective dimensions in which it can include the body, the smell, the feels, the sounds, the taste of the product, of anything, or maybe it could be about the service. And now, after some surveys, it appears there are some patterns to our consumer rankings on food. For example, it will be food. And high quality food are associated with rich food flavor, tasting natural or fresh, or maybe good aroma, and also it's appetizing. But in our context here, for a good quality camera, it would be a fast shutter speed, depth of field, the specs, the ISO, or maybe the bright flashes, or maybe also the image qualities. And most importantly would be the battery. Because what is the point of having a good image quality if the battery of the camera is not even long lasting? How can you even take a good image quality? And so now that we know that aesthetics, it's definitely aesthetic choices are not nearly universal. It's different for everybody. So it's like not all people prefer the rich and full flavor that I mentioned about food earlier. And also, or maybe they won't even agree on what it even means. So companies therefore have to search for a solution where it can please as many people as possible. And therefore, on this dimension of quality, it is crucial for every company to search for a solution or a product, or maybe the quality, like the aestheticness, that can fulfill as many people as possible, so that it can be assumed or taken as the best quality camera. We know that every dimension of quality, which includes can be aestheticness, serviceability, performance, and maybe even other than that, we know that all these are important. Therefore, it's to produce a good quality product, whichever it is or whatever it is important for every company to know to follow all these dimensions of quality, enabled to fulfill all the customers in business.